Like
almost
Dexter.
like a Dexter.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good place to start. My Crumble Weebs, my name is Cole, his name is Mike, his name is Jay, we like anime, and this is episode 148 of AniPro. And on this week's episode, we are reviewing a manga.
Yep. We are reviewing a manga.
I've been told it's a manga. And that manga is called The Summer Hikaru Died. Ooh, spooky. We're also playing a game where we're trying to decide which character is gonna kill us.
Which one would be the most terrifying in a slasher film?
Okay. Yeah.
Jay created this machination, and so if I'm understanding correctly, it's like basically like which character would make the best Jason. In
Basically,
other words?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a twist.
Okay.
Don't worry. There's a twist.
Okay, Jay's got a twist. Jay's got a
Okay.
twist for us. This is all being sprung on us as we're recording right now.
As it usually is.
Well, I mean, I told you guys like what the game was like 3 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no twist. There was no twist involved with this Pepsi twist. You know, Jay, I told you in confidence my Pepsi twist story. And I wasn't expecting you to bring it back up.
You're the one who brought up Pepsi Twist. I just said that the game has a twist.
Why do you keep bringing up Pepsi Twist? Before we move on, I just want to say, leave a like, subscribe, tell a friend about us, please. We're trying to grow this channel, everybody. We're trying to bring in listeners and for this. Woo.
It's just overflowing with enthusiasm.
Yeah. How's it going, boys? Jay, were you playing a video game before jumping on here?
I was playing a video game. I started playing the demo for Metaphor ReFantazio.
Oh, me too.
And let me tell you, boys, it is very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I am sufficiently whelmed with it, I think.
Yeah?
I think you're maybe a little higher on it than I am. I liked it. I think it's a good game, but...
Give me your one-sentence reviews from the demo.
Okay, Jay, go ahead.
Fantasy Persona 5.
Okay,
and here's mine. Fantasy Persona 5.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I thought there was deserts involved.
Yeah, there's like a wasteland as well.
Yeah.
It's...
For the dummy bears out there like me, what exactly is this game? You said it's by Atlas, I think, right?
Yeah,
it's by Atlas.
It's by the team that did Persona 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. So you know Persona 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that, but fantasy. So it's like Fantasy Persona 5.
Yeah.
That's why we're excited for this game, I'm presuming.
That is why we're excited for this game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool. I mean, it's turn-based combat too, just like Persona 5. The interesting thing about it, other than it being a fantasy Persona 5, is like the main character isn't like a silent protagonist. He is like a protagonist.
He's a character.
What?
But you, the player, are also a character. But I don't think you quite get what that means. In the demo.
They don't really like allude to it yet. They just kind of like say like name your like who are you, who's guiding the protagonist, and then later on in the prologue they go like, okay, what's the protagonist's name?
Interesting, because you when you guys first said like you're in the game and the protagonist is in the game, I'm like, okay, my brain is hurting now. It's too much spicy soup in there.
Yeah.
What does that mean? But I feel like you've kind of explained it now. Like you're basically like the narrator, I guess. And maybe you can control things a little bit?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's tough to say because like it's not really revealed in the demo.
Yeah.
How far does the demo let you go?
The demo is basically like the prologue for the entire game. So like you're getting like the first 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Jay, what did you name yourself?
Well, I named like me, my like the
you.
Me. I named myself Jay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay Garrity and Sama, as you always do.
As you always do. every game.
What did you name
names
yourself, Cole?
Jay Guardian's son, actually.
Yeah, I named myself Cole. And what did you name the character?
I named my character after a character that I wrote for a story, and I named him Shane.
Shane?
Yeah. Shane.
Okay.
So, what about Cole
I
for
googled.
that one?
I googled what's the main character's name in this game, and
I feel like that's what I expect. It doesn't do the Pokemon thing where if you do blank, it just automatically goes to the correct name.
No, you gotta name him.
Yeah.
The canonical name is apparently Will.
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah, so
okay.
It's like a British like it's kind of like a fantasy.
Yeah. I gotta say though,
land.
the English voice cast in it is top notch. It
is
good.
Really good.
Yeah, another.
You guys are both playing this in English.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of takes place in like an English-ish
setting,
so you don't feel like out of place, which is weird. Like I play Persona dub too, and that takes place in Japan.
I know, this is why maybe it's just a Persona thing then, because I'm stunned because you two are usually such Japanese voice actor purists. And I
think it's a game thing. I prefer playing my games in English because like it's tough when you're playing and then you're trying to read subtitles when you're playing too.
For sure. That makes sense. So do you play your Hoyoverse games dubbed as well?
No, that one subs. But you don't have to pay attention in those.
The pattern, what is it?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't make sense. Heads or tails.
When does this game come out though?
October 11th.
Yeah, like right away.
So that's soon. That's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Or I guess next week.
Next week from when this comes out.
Next week. Yeah. Yes, next week.
Yes.
Definitely. 100%
next week. For sure.
Week.
Yeah. That's when we are.
Yeah. Mike, what's going on with you?
Working. With me, I've been just busy with work stuff and school stuff. And then also I've been playing, I should know this. I was playing it literally earlier this morning. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yes. Legends Arceus.
Yes. Jay knew. He's been watching.
Jay knew.
Well, you talk about it. He talks about it all the time.
Does he?
Jay is always watching.
Literally, like every week, he's like, "Yeah, I've been playing Legends Arceus."
Yeah, if you pay attention, Cole, I've been talking about this for like a month.
Well, I figured you'd move on by now.
No, I'm slow. I literally just like 2 days ago beat the main story, I guess is what I'd say. And now I'm doing the quote unquote post game. That's also just kind of more a continuation of the story. So is it post game or is it actually the real ending? It's like,
are you just like getting every Pokemon so you can
be the ultimate
do you beat
Pokemon
Arceus
master?
Or do you meet Arceus? I don't remember.
I don't know yet, Jay. I haven't got there. What happens right where I am right now is there's kind of a twist at the very, very end. I think it's very close. You go around, you're catching all the legendaries, and then someone reveals themselves to be not what you thought, and then you have to fight them, and it's an incredibly difficult battle. So I fought them 3 times and lost each time, and I'm an experienced Pokemon battler, gentlemen. I don't want
to brag.
Not to brag, but I can play Pokemon pretty good. And I lost 3 times in a row handily because it's such a bullshit fight because it's
okay.
You know what? Like in the final bosses, when you fight the first level, you're like, sweet, that's good, beat it, and then all of a sudden there's another stage, and you're like, oh god, I'm on the ropes already. How am I going to beat the second stage?
Yeah,
and then you finally like manage to beat that second stage. Guess what? Third stage.
Yeah.
Strongest stage yet. And it's like, this is a Pokemon game. This is a game for children.
Yeah. All of a sudden it's turning into FromSoft. Just.
Yeah, I know. And it's, you're
you
literally
get, like,
facing
the dark
like
choir.
Yeah. No, you're literally facing like the Dark Lord that killed God. And it's like, what is happening right now? This is Pokemon. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But honestly, I've said it, I think 3 or 4 times on this podcast. This is the formula for a next-gen Pokemon game, Legends Arceus. It's fantastic. I can't wait for Legends ZA.
I hope that they polish it up a little bit, because, like, Legends Arceus is still, like, a little bit of a buggy mess, but, like, it's definitely a step in the right direction.
When did you last play it, Jay?
Around when it came out.
Okay, so I'm playing it now after it's been patched to oblivion, I'm assuming, and I have not encountered one single glitch. So play it right now. It's a great time to play it.
Okay. Because do you like ever like see like the camera just glitch through the terrain or anything?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I didn't find Arceus as glitchy as
Scarlet and Violet is unplayable.
Scarlet and Violet's atrocious.
Yeah, I'm a huge Pokemon fan and I can't play it because it bothers me so much because I can't handle the 5 FPS sprites and it just and it looks ugly too because it's so low res.
Yeah,
don't get me started. We need a Switch 2. Switch 2, please come out. And I'm hoping that the next gen of Pokemon, which will be the 10th generation of Pokemon, comes out on the next gen hardware because that's.
According to rumors, like we're probably not going to be getting Gen 10 for a while. Like I think they want to do this and then they're going to like just like play around with the Pokemon franchise for a bit before going to Gen 10.
I think they have. I think that's the move because like I was thinking about it the other day and I'm like, I think that they kind of went too hard too fast for a little while there, and then now they're like, okay, that didn't work, and now they're like, okay, let's just take our time. We're the biggest franchise in the world. We can take time. People will still buy our game. We have tons of money. Let's just But anyway, back to
they'll just make alternate forms of the Pokemon forever.
Yeah, that's honestly that's the play because then alternate form doesn't increase the dex count, and all people complain about is dex count, not number of unique Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So
and at the same time, on an internal level, they don't need to design like too many new creatures. They just like already have a base.
Swap them.
Give it a good old classic Jay Garridian twist, as you will.
Oh God, stop bringing up the twist. Pepsi twist.
Yeah. So you guys have been playing your game. I've been playing mine. We're playing games all together, and I've also been reading. I've been reading too.
Nice. Yeah. I've been relearning how to fly.
Flight sim.
Getting my wings back. Yeah. I'm surrounded by peripheral equipment right now.
Yeah. Did you get? Yeah. Isn't Flight Simulator 25 coming out soon, or is that a thing I
think
saw?
next year it's supposed to. Yeah. Farming Sim comes out soon.
That's right.
Soon. Yeah.
I saw a thing for the recommended specs for Flight Sim 25, and it's like scary high. Like, Cole, I don't think your computer meets the recommended specs, and your computer's quite good.
That's fine. I like Flight Sim 2020.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Well, you can still play it, just not at the highest.
Just play Flight Sim 95 or whatever it was.
Oh my God. Yeah. Now we're talking. Yeah. We're talking. You guys want to talk about a manga?
Sure. Not really.
No? Okay.
No.
Is it because you didn't read it?
That I cannot reveal.
Mysterious. Very mysterious. Speaking of mysteries, I happened to read a manga. It was called The Summer Hikaru Died. I was wondering if you guys wanted to, I just want to talk to you guys about it. It was an interesting manga.
Yeah.
Is that anything like Hikaru ga Shinda Natsu?
Yeah. Yeah,
or
that's what it's called.
Summer in dem Hikaru starb?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
That's actually what it's called.
Yeah, it's good.
Did you read it too?
I did read this one.
Jay?
Yeah.
Wait, what manga?
It's called, Mike, do you got the name there?
Yeah, I got the name here. The Summer Hikaru Died.
Okay, yeah. Jay, did you read it?
I've never heard of it before.
Okay, let's review it anyway.
Let's review it. Let's review it then.
Okay.
Let's review it. It's funny, Jay, that you say we should enlighten you on to what it is, but it's actually your job to enlighten us and the listener about what this manga is. Jay, what did we read? What is this week's manga selection?
We read 3 volumes of a manga.
Or 4, depending on who you are and how deviant you are from the rules.
Yeah. But it's about 2 boys lived in a village, Yoshiki and Hikaru. The 2 did everything together until the day Hikaru was encompassed by a mysterious light. That was when everything changed. Hikaru most of all. Yoshiki still wishes from the bottom of his heart to always stay by his side. But is there even a Hikaru left to be with?
What?
Scary.
Whoa, scary.
And what ensues is like a drama slice of life about a boy learning if his other boy is still in there somewhere.
Yeah, I was not expecting this one to be what it was. I feel like there's not a lot to spoil here, so don't be worried about that right up front.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just kind of your classic, like, I didn't realize how much of a horror story this really was. When you recommended that we read this one, I didn't realize that it was like truly like primarily a horror genre thing. And that kind of caught me off guard. Some of the body horror and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like I know when we were discussing it, like we kind of talked about like BL elements and stuff like that. And it kind of caught me off guard too. I wasn't expecting, like, there's not that much BL. Like it's simmering there.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some smoldering things and implications, I'd say.
Yeah, a lot of it is more just like psychological horror.
Yeah. That's definitely primarily what this is. And I honestly, it was like as the leaves start to fall and autumn nears its ugly head, horror and fall are like chef's kiss, perfect pairing.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand. I mean, as we're going into October, like October's Halloween season.
Yeah, it's spooky season. So,
yeah. This is a good pick for spooky season.
Officially in spooky season. Well, let's talk about our characters in this. There's really only two characters to discuss. We'll start with Yoshiki Tsuchinaka. I did it. I got it.
You did it. Good job.
Nailed it. He's our main character. He's kind of like he's very like distant.
Yeah, like he's very like quiet, kind of like antisocial almost.
Yeah, like flippant almost. Like he's definitely like he certainly has like an emotional core to him, but like his face always just reads like
blank.
Non-concerned, nonplussed. But he is very plussed, I would say.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he's very concerned, and as the story bears fruit, you definitely kind of understand a little bit more of why he's maybe extra psychologically unsure of what's going on and how he should feel. But I do get the vibe that he's kind of just always been this sort of like, I don't want to say like plain, but like just very not really
introverted.
He's got
emotive.
Like a shell.
Yeah.
Introverted, like Jay said. He doesn't really like come out of a shell for very many people. And I think that's what makes the relationship between him and Hikaru so meaningful, and why he is so like hesitant around him, because it's like somebody new that he has to open the shell up to almost. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, he's in 3 volumes. Yeah, you kind of get the sense that he's like just a quiet boy.
He's quiet, but at the same time, like I wouldn't say he's like milquetoast or anything.
No,
there's definitely a lot of depth to him and like what he's going through and everything. So the emotional intrigue for him as a character is also ever present.
Yeah. I would 100% agree. What about Hikaru? Who is Hikaru? Is Hikaru even Hikaru?
Hikaru, what a question to ask. Is Hikaru even Hikaru? I don't know. He's the Genki boy. He's like the rowdy prankster type fella that plays off of Yoshiki's straight man, really, is what this turns into.
Yeah. And it just makes the relationship, like I said, between them even better, because Yoshiki is so laid back, but like they can still like joke around with each other. It's very realistic. It's very
it feels like a real friendship. Like you could see it. Yeah.
It's like the author has friends. I wouldn't know how to write a story like this. This would be difficult for me.
It'd be
as
tough.
a robot.
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enough beating around the bush. Hikaru is not Hikaru. Hikaru is some kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's revealed in chapter 1 that like Hikaru Hikaru is not Hikaru anymore, and he's been basically replaced with like a body snatcher type situation.
Kind of, but it's like a ghost.
It's like
a spiritual body snatcher.
Yeah, it's very unclear what's going on there, and the ghost really has like one prime directive, and that seems to be to protect and love our boy Yoshiki, our main, our quiet boy there.
The interesting thing about that as well is like the being, this being that we don't know, like starts to question like, are these my thoughts or are these Hikaru's thoughts?
Right.
Yeah.
And somehow the being like somehow instantly knows like all of Hikaru's previous thoughts and stuff like that.
It's interesting. Yeah. I kind of like that idea of him like they were eating fried chicken or something like that. And he's like, oh my God, this is the first time I'm eating fried chicken. And he's like, I remember like Hikaru eating fried chicken.
Yeah.
And like I can pull that memory, but like this is the first time I'm
totally different
doing something.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that like a lot of like these concepts in this story are just like really good, like head scratching things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It also like has a little bit of that like cosmic horror to it of like what is our like what is our being, who like what makes us.
I mean, it asks the most obvious question of stories that like this is going to ask, and that's like it's basically the thing with the ship where it's like if you replace every part of something, is it still that thing?
Yeah, it's just
kinda
like if you do it quickly and at one shot, right?
Yeah,
but like one of the characters even mentions like all of your cells regenerate. Do you cease being yourself when like as you grow? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I think the stat is like every 7 years, every time 7 years rolls around, like every one of your cells in your body has been replaced by another one.
Right. Yeah.
Have fun thinking about that when you're going to sleep. If you're listening to this as you're trying to sleep,
you're just dozing off and you hear all this horror.
Yeah, and then
mumbo
your eyes
jumbo.
Just, what did he just say? I'm not me.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Or maybe you are. Who cares? Character design in this one, I like them. It's got a very like scratchy, sketchy element to the art. But
the
it's also
first thought I
clean.
had with the character designs was Fujimoto.
I agree. That's what I was just going to bring up too, Jay. I feel like it's very Fujimoto-y, this entire thing, really. It's like a weird mix between Fujimoto and Junji Ito a little bit.
Yeah, the other one, like in terms of, and this may be for a different segment, but I'll lump it in here. In terms of like panel layout and how they use the paneling to kind of tell a story, I kind of thought of Ishida as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Like yeah.
So kind of like a big amalgamation of all those different layers.
If you like the art styles of Tokyo Ghoul, Chainsaw Man, or Junji Ito, I think you're going to enjoy this. It's clearly in that alley.
Definitely wears its influences on its sleeve. I mean, Jay, that's totally fine. That's totally fine that you kind of skipped ahead, because the next topic is essentially the production of it, right? Like what this manga looks like, and that plays into characters as well. Like, I can't really pick apart this manga. It's a very well drawn, well paneled, well structured manga.
The thing I love the most about how this manga looks is like it's well shaded. Like it just like the darkness in it looks really well done, and it kind of adds to that horror element of it. Like there was this one drawing of a room, and it's just like an empty hallway. Yeah, it's just like an empty hallway, but like the fact that it was so darkly lit just like adds to that like horror vibe, and it was great. I feel like again we go back to Fujimoto a little bit, like with Chainsaw Man, or look back when we talked about it on here. You could tell like the way he panels stuff, it's very cinematic. Like it feels like it would translate well to a screen, and that's the vibe I got with this as well. It felt like a horror movie in a way, because like just the way things are set up, and it's not super heavy on dialogue, and it kind of just like is mostly like the scene is set through the visuals a lot of the time. The only thing that I kind of have a little bit of a weird feeling about is that I don't know, there's a lot of sound effects in the early couple chapters, and I felt like there was just like way too many of them, and like I was looking at the text and it just said quick like all over the thing, and I'm like, I don't know if I needed that many, brother. I don't know.
No, it puts you in the mood.
It's a nitpick. It's a nitpick.
It's a net pack, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nut pack.
It's a nip pack.
Oh my god.
What's happening right now?
Yeah, I mean, like, for me, I like the art. I can't pick it apart, like I said. But
yeah, it's good art.
The bulk of it in this is, like, the story of it, for me, is what really kept me going.
It's a mystery, and mysteries naturally pull you in, right?
It's a mystery, and mysteries naturally pull you in, but, if I may, I'm going to rain on your guys' parade. Because...
Do it, brother.
Okay, here I am. Here I am to ruin everyone's day. Okay. I really liked the first few chapters because what I was thinking this story was doing was kind of being like a metaphor for a really toxic relationship. Like Hikaru is kind of like love bombing Yoshiki. He's kind of being like pseudo abusive, and then like Yoshiki just kind of goes back towards him. Like it's very cyclical in that, like, you know, stereotypical abusive relationship. And then it kind of just turns into like something else completely, where they're trying to figure out what Hikaru is. And for me, that's not really as interesting as what I thought it was going to do, because Hikaru to me is like, I don't need to know what he is. Like he's just a weird thing. And they kind of address that, and he's like, I don't know what I am. And like the reveal of whatever he is, I don't think would be super impactful for me. Like when they say he's I don't know. He's like this, he's the lieutenant to Satan or something like that. It's like, okay, like I didn't need to know that. It's not where I thought that the story was really doing something interesting to me, like metaphorically.
Yeah,
and it just kind of becomes like on
saying.
Its page, like we're trying to figure out what this is.
And I think I could see how you'd get that, and I think that is probably kind of how the character interactions go at the beginning. But I do think that it telegraphs being mostly like a mystery horror thing. In that first, there's like an early chapter where like it's implied like Hikaru basically murders somebody. Yeah. And it's, you're just like, okay, well, there's clearly more going on underneath than just his buddy's no longer his buddy. Like his buddy's also got this darkness to him now. And I get what you're saying, that it is definitely kind of a metaphor for like a bad relationship, kind of. But I think that it's got both going on.
Yeah, here's the thing though with that, like it's implied that Hikaru may have murdered somebody. Okay, they say that, and then Yoshiki is kind of like taken aback, but then they kind of have like internal dialogue where they're like, well, he doesn't even really know what life is, so like we understand why he did this, and then it just kind of takes the wind out of the sails for me, where it's like, okay, yeah, I got that. Like
I would suggest you don't continue reading though, not just to get maybe a little, I guess we're already in the plot, but I read the 4th volume of it, and at the beginning of the volume, in like the little author's notes or whatever, the author actually says that the first 3 volumes are what he considers like the slice of life arc. Yeah. And then the second arc is the what is Hikaru arc, like the mystery. I mean, so yeah, I think you've read all you need to read is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm certainly like, I didn't find this a slog. It's just by the end of the 3 volumes that I read, I just kind of thought it was going somewhere else. And maybe it was just like I tainted myself while I was reading it.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because like I kind of did find it a little bit of a slog to read through, because like the slice of life kind of got a little bit in the way of what the horror was trying to do, and that kind of didn't feel like it meshed well for me. But like again, it's the first arc, so like I can maybe forgive it, but at the same time, like when you're trying to hook someone into something, I feel like you need to like give it everything you've got to get them drawn in.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, on the other hand too, though, like you want to introduce this kind of slice of life stuff so that you can break it later on, I guess.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that I mean, that's kind of like where I stood as far as plot goes. Mike, I did kind of skim through some of the later chapters, and yeah, it kind of looks like it's just let's go figure out what's going on with Hikaru.
Yeah, they kind of introduce another character who's like, you get the impression that he's kind of like the spirit detective type thing.
Yeah.
But there's an interesting twist there that he doesn't have any powers himself.
Okay.
That's anyway.
Yeah. Like, how did you feel about like the pacing of this though? Like, do you like Jay? You kind of talked about how like some of the slice of life was kind of maybe dragging it down a little bit. Was that like a major issue for you? Or
I think like for me it was probably the main issue I had with the manga, but like I don't think that it necessarily detracts from it as a whole, if that makes sense. Like it's definitely a deterrent for some, but if you can get through it, then like you'll probably still enjoy it.
Yeah. And Mike, how was the pacing for you? Like,
I kind of agree that the some of the slice of life stuff slowed it down a bit for me. But I think it serves a good purpose in the fact that it kind of sets it up like they're trying to go about life as normal, and it just kind of doesn't work. And unlike Cole, I was primarily motivated to find out the mystery aspect of this and more horror stuff. So that was what was driving me. So for me, it didn't slog. I read it pretty quickly and pretty easily. In fact, I read more than I needed to. So I don't know if that telegraphs my thoughts a little bit, but for me, I didn't find the pacing that bad. I just felt like it suffered a little bit from what I'd call like early manga syndrome, where like the author doesn't even really know exactly where they're going, and they're just kind of like trying to keep in publication kind of thing. And then they sort of like about around volume 2, they usually kind of find their stride a little bit, and the story actually kind of kicks off. That was what I felt a little bit.
Yeah. I agree with that, but I think I liked that kind of earlier stuff.
Yeah, and you guys are more slice of life fans than I, so that we're totally in keeping with our characters at this point, I'd say.
Yeah. Jay, this is your time. This is the time where you stand up on your soapbox and you tell us about the themes of this manga.
Mr. Theme.
I mean, the major theme I got from this is life versus death, and like what they mean, like what it means to be alive, and like what it means to die. And also just like the human psyche and stuff like that.
Yep. With like minor touches of like what is love? What does it mean to love? I think is another one that they touch on brief a little bit as well. Yeah. Because like it's clear, it's kind of, I'd say implied, if not clear, that Hikaru maybe had feelings for our boy. I don't remember his name right now. Yoshiki. Yeah. And it seems like this being has kind of inherited that and doesn't quite understand that. So it's kind of trying to understand what that means.
But I think the other thing too is like Yoshiki, it's implied that he's just very attractive to the spirits as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like in it's gonna be a funny reference here, but like in Twilight, how Edward says Bella has like delicious smell to her. Yeah. It seems like this Yoshiki guy just like kind of has like a delicious vibe to him, kind of.
Well, I think at one point like Hikaru says like he's got a beautiful soul or something like that.
Yeah.
Still a better love story than Twilight?
I don't know. We don't know yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the bittersweet romance tinges in it. Yeah. Chestgasms and all.
Chestgasm. That was probably one of the most disturbing moments of this for me. That was
a super surreal image. And I don't really want to like get too deep into it because it's kind of one of those things you have to just kind of go in cold.
You kind of have to experience it for yourself.
Yeah, it's a very cool like horror set piece.
Very Junji Ito too.
That's exactly what I thought. Same thing with like the little spirals that come out of everything.
And kind of like this intimate horror as well. Like it's just the two of them and nobody, like it's not dangerous. It's just weird and creepy.
Unsettling.
And unsettling.
Yeah, unsettling. Yeah. And that's right up Junji Ito's alley for sure. In one of the I forget what volume it was, but it actually there was like a questions to the author section, and someone actually asked him like why the chestgasm happened, and he was like how he saw it or they saw it. I don't actually know the author's gender, but how they saw it was it is the being's like primeval senses and urges is to consume like that.
Yeah.
So when things go into it, it makes it feel good, basically, is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was interesting. Yeah.
I mean, like, there's an idea behind that too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I like that. That's cool. Like, he didn't just do it to be creepy. It's like, no, there's like a whole story element to this.
It would like that, Cole.
Yeah, it would like that.
It would like
creep.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of comparisons or recommendations would you make for this one? I'm not the big horror guy. I think this might be Mike's time to shine here. Like, what did you see in this? Like we said, Junji Ito, yeah. So like Uzumaki, I guess, which apparently the anime's pretty good. Apparently,
yeah. I heard the anime's actually pretty good.
Anyway, yeah.
The other big one I saw, other than just obvious, like we've said, Junji Ito, all of his works really, and like Chainsaw Man, because they're just kind of weird and like unsettling, a lot of the stuff. There's two other recommendations that I can think of if you enjoyed this, or if you enjoyed these, you might like this too. The first one's one I've brought up before on the podcast, and that's oh dang, I just slipped my mind. I'll say the other one I thought of then. Higurashi When They Cry, because it kind of also takes place in rural Japan, and it kind of has the same horror and unsettling, like there's this weird thing possessing people kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
And it has like lots of like the body horror type stuff going on. Higurashi's different though. This is more almost like psychological. Higurashi's kind of more straight up just like
just kind of a slasher
horror
thing.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other recommendations while I try to think of the first one there?
I have two.
As usual, I look behind me and I mean just going directly complete polar opposite of what Mike said, where Higurashi is kind of more steering into that horror aspect. If you like this psychological aspect of it, you got to go Goodnight Pun Pun as well. Like just
in a different way. I agree.
In a different way. Yeah. Like it's not a horror for sure, but like it's the most visceral, like human psychology stuff that you could possibly read. And if you like that aspect of it, I would say, Goodnight Pun Pun. Jay?
Yeah, no, I have two that came to mind. The first one, probably a bit more obvious, but Summertime Rendering.
That is the number one recommendation on AniList.
Just like rural area, there's like some kind of supernatural phenomenon going on that the main characters need to find out. Summertime Rendering's a bit more shonen than this is, but like they're very, very similar in like concept. Okay.
That
and
makes
then
sense.
The other one, just from like a certain shot that I got was Goodbye Eri.
Okay. Yeah.
There was like this one shot of Hikaru and gosh darn it. Yoshiki. In a movie theater, and it reminded me like exactly of Goodbye Eri. And like then I was like, oh, and then there's like also that supernatural kind of aspect to Goodbye Eri that is kind of parallel, so a little bit like that too.
That's a good one too. That's that Fujimoto vibe that we were talking about, kind of that weird, is it supernatural, what's going on, like you're just kind of like you're wondering what's going on sort of thing. The one I forgot about and that I was trying to remember the name of is Amenon Wanderer, it's called. It's an old manga, but it's about this girl who's like, she predates humanity, basically she's lived forever, and she kind of like she basically keeps being, I say she's lived forever, but she keeps being reborn, basically is how it works, and she's always the same, and she keeps her memories. And the art style is kind of like this too. That's more like chill and introspective though, and like almost no horror. This is definitely more in the horror keeping, but it kind of has that same like supernatural, like what's going on with this weird being vibe going on. And that's really honestly, this is a pretty unique manga. I think we've said a lot of comparisons, but I don't think anything quite is exactly there.
Yeah. Like it's tough to recommend because it's like, even the one that I recommended, it's like, kinda, I guess.
There's shades of lots of things, but nothing that's like, if you like this, you will like this.
Yeah. I would say give it a shot. I think you'll like it if you like it. You know, go read the first volume.
Yeah.
If you like being a little disturbed, I'd say you'd like this. And if you like a mystery, and if you like it, there is an anime coming out sometime next year as well. Of it.
Yeah. Final thoughts, Jay? This was your manga.
Yeah, this manga was a bit slower than I expected, but still like a good psychological horror manga that I think isn't getting talked about as much as it probably should, because I feel like if more people read this, they'd probably be all over it. With like amazing art and panel composition, I think like that's the thing that I kind of gravitated toward the most.
Right.
And then like just a very good attention to atmosphere and environmental awareness in how like it makes the reader unsure of what's going on and a bit wary of that as well. And I think that works to its benefit. Like I said, it is a little bit slow. And at the beginning, that might be a little bit of a deterrent, but if you're in for anything else I said, I'd say give it a shot. But for me, honestly, like I'd consider continuing it, but we'll have to see. I might just wait for the anime.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad move either, is just waiting for the anime. I feel like this will be well adapted.
Yeah.
This would be a good anime. Yeah. I was going to say this would make a good like live action movie too.
It would.
I think. Yeah. Mike, final thoughts, please.
Yeah. Jay, actually, I echo a lot of what Jay said. I was very surprised by this, though. I think maybe Jay understood that there was going to be a bit more of a horror thing more than Cole and I did. Maybe we just don't. Maybe he told us we don't listen. That would be totally normal.
Very possible.
Very possible. I think that there is a lot to like here. I think that it is a very delightful little horror story that makes you think a bit about deeper concepts. It has some nice LGBTQ themes, and I enjoy seeing that as well. And it's well represented too. It's not like gimmicky, I wouldn't say. I do think that there is nothing like this, and I do love that. Like my favorite genre of horror too is like the cosmic, like psychological, existential horror, and that's exactly what this is. And it's honestly kind of more of a mystery than a horror, in my opinion, a little bit too. I love a mystery too, because I love racking my little peanut brain trying to figure out what's going on. I thought the characters were well developed, despite it having a pretty short runtime. It seems like I think there's only 4 volumes published. I think there's only like 28 chapters of this, and it's been going for like 3 years. So I don't know what kind of. I guess it's like a monthly release schedule. It's. You're going to be waiting a long time to find out what the heck's going on with Hikaru. So that part kind of dissuades me from continuing a little bit, because I'm going to forget about it by the time the next chapter comes out, and that's going to suck. But it tickled my jimmies. I'd say it tickled my jimmies, this one. I would recommend it to anyone who, if you like anything kind of spooky and psychological, this is right up your alley. And it was a pleasant surprise. Good pick, Jay.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, both of you. Excellent reviewing.
Thank you. Now, Cole.
Oh, it's my turn.
What did you think of this manga?
What you got?
What did I think of this manga? I thought this manga was a good horror manga, mystery horror manga. I like horrors though where they're kind of like metaphors for things that can happen in people's lives, and I think that's why I kind of liked where I thought it was going. You know, like one of the scariest things that can happen to you IRL is being stuck in an abusive relationship.
Right.
And I thought that's what the theme of this whole thing would be. And it really isn't. It's more about like,
I'd say that's the subtext.
But it kind of grows away from it a little bit. Like they're both kind of learning how to not be like that.
It's a bit more of Yoshiki coping with the fact that his friend is gone rather than
like I wanted Hikaru to maybe be more of like a yandere type, where he really isn't. Like
no,
it's kind of
he's trying not to be almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean that's fine. Neither here nor there. What ends up happening is it becomes more of like a mystery, and they're trying to solve this mystery of what Hikaru is, and it does that well. For what it's trying to do, I think that it does that very well. Well animated. It's got great horror set pieces like we talked about with the chestgasm, and like other stuff that happens as well, like very like visceral horror in it. Bathtub scene, the scene post movie theater. There's great like horror stuff going on here.
Yep.
All that being said, like I could see myself liking this more if I wasn't so fixated on what I wish it was.
Yeah.
I would consider continuing is what I would say. If I go back and I don't know, look at like the next 3 chapters and it's like, oh, okay, no, now I'm back. I could see that, but I'm not dying to do that right now. Yeah.
No, I get that.
I will say that if you do choose to read the next volume, the new character kind of introduces some like kind of cool powers, even though he doesn't necessarily have powers, and like some other supernatural stuff that I feel like you might enjoy, but teach their own.
Yeah. Oh, and then sorry, just to kind of like back to my point about like not being super interested in what Hikaru is personally, like okay, so we find out that Hikaru is this thing, and it's like, okay, is he like an alien or is he like a spiritual okay, no, he's like a ghost, he's like a spirit. So they kind of like tell you what he is, and that's kind of it takes the mystery out of it for me.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, yeah. But I think potentially people could enjoy this a lot.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Michael, it is now your duty. What are we reading next?
Well, my gentlemans, our next review is our next manga review in our little mock draft schedule here of what is coming up next comes out on the most spookiest of days.
Ooh, spooky.
Hallows Eve, Halloween. It actually comes out on the 27th, but
that's close enough.
It's close. We're weekly, okay? We're not going to hit it every time, okay? Give me a break. So, fittingly to what we just reviewed, some of the tags of our next review for manga are body horror, cosmic horror, survival, seinen, female protagonist, and rural. Okay. You got those tags memorized? Okay.
No.
Genres: drama, horror, mystery, psychological. Came out in 1998. It's about 20 chapters, 3 volumes we'll be reading of a very acclaimed mangaka. And this manga just very recent. If you look at Cole's screen, there's a teaser of what we're about to review. He has the physical copy just behind him. And an anime was just released of Uzumaki by Junji Ito.
What? Perfect. That's a perfect Halloween episode, Mike.
I think so too. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And somehow I've managed to never read Uzumaki too. So I'm excited to finally dive into it in the spookiest of seasons.
Yeah. So look forward to that. Look forward to us pooping on your favorite manga.
True.
So yeah, Uzumaki coming up next time. What do you guys say? We've been in the cosmic pool. Why don't we go into the nice like swimming pool? Take a little dive.
Take a little dive. Yeah,
take a little dive. Which is in the mailbag. Can't find the button. Just
we'll get there.
Pretend like it's playing. Yeah, it's mailbag time. If you've got a mailbag question, you can send it to us over at our website, AniProPod.com/mailbag, or on our Discord. This one actually comes from the website. And it comes from somebody whose name is Mike's daughter needs to become a host.
Nice.
Can she talk yet? Or
she babbles. She babbles.
Okay.
She dabbles in babbling. Yeah.
Dabbles in babbling.
That's basically what we do.
Yeah,
basically. Yeah. She probably is more coherent than us.
Yeah. Which anime is the most mainstream, gentlemen? Which anime is the most mainstream anime?
This one's easy for me, gentlemen.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The answer for the award for the most mainstream anime ever goes to Naruto. Easily it's Naruto. Easily,
Okay.
if you ask me. I think it's by far the most mainstream thing. It's probably, right now, most people's gateway anime is Naruto. Just because, like, when you see people talking about anime and sports, they're most likely doing something with Naruto. Sometimes it's Dragon Ball Z, sometimes it's One Piece, but it's almost always Naruto. And I think when you go out in the street and you see people wearing clothing, oftentimes it'll be Naruto. Most collabs are Naruto. I just think it is the biggest normie anime there is out there.
Okay.
What about you
Jay,
guys?
do you have an answer?
I do. So Mike, you said like, most of the stuff you see when you're walking around or like when you're watching sports and stuff like that are Naruto things. But there's another franchise that I would say is the biggest franchise of all time that is probably more mainstream of an anime. That would be Pokemon. I think Pokemon's the most mainstream anime of all time.
Here's the thing, though.
I hear you, and Cole's about to probably make the point that I'm thinking as well.
We got to think of the anime. Pokemon as a franchise is huge, of course, but like the anime?
Well, I mean, like
anime,
every time you hear like anime OP quizzes or things like that, the original will come on, or like everyone who's an anime fan will always say like, "Oh, I remember watching the original anime as a kid," or like, or even like people who just like casually like that kind of thing will be like, "Oh yeah, I watch Pokemon," or like, "Oh, I watch Pokemon with my kids," or something like that. And like a lot of the time, people won't even realize that it's an anime.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, there's no wrong answers here.
Yeah. No. I kind of agree, though. I feel like most people who like Pokemon maybe haven't really even watched much, if at all, of the anime. And that kind of steers me away. But I do think it is incredibly mainstream. It is the most mainstream thing in the world almost, because everybody knows it. My mom knows what Pokemon is.
Yeah. My grade 4 teacher knew what Pokemon was, and God, she was just a miserable little lady. She's probably...
It's not where I thought that was going.
She's probably dead now. Anyway.
That was a weird traumatic break there. What's the most mainstream anime, Cole, that's not traumatic to you?
Listen, guys, it's I think you guys are just galaxy braining this one. The answer is obvious.
Oh.
And it's Attack on Titan. Going off of what Mike said, you see people doing stuff you always see athletes doing the Sasageo thing.
Right. Yeah.
I saw somebody walking around the other day with Wings of Freedom tattoo on their leg. Like you see Attack on Titan stuff all the time. Everybody knows what Attack on Titan is. Gateway anime, it is the premier gateway anime nowadays. Maybe not for our generation, but it is. I've talked to people at work about it who are like middle-aged ladies who are like, I watch Attack on Titan. Not with their kids. They watch it themselves.
Yeah. You're kind of spitting right now, Cole. You're kind of spitting a little bit.
Yeah. Take that clang back, whoever pressed that button.
That's just Jay. He's a certified
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jay. Like, you don't have to like it or dislike it. It just is. It just exists.
Oh, I was going to use the clang no matter what you said.
Okay, fair.
You were getting the clang no matter what, brother.
Yeah. Backup answers, One Piece, and Dragon Ball Z, of course.
Demon Slayer, of course.
Demon Slayer,
up there.
Yeah.
So to balance your point, Cole, when I go onto AniList and I sort all anime ever created by popularity, number 1, Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Well,
you're onto something.
I'm not always right, but I am
Attack
always
on Titan
right.
Season 2 comes before Naruto as well.
Yeah.
You're onto something, brother.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know lots of things.
You do.
Yeah. I also know it's time to maybe take a little bit of a break while Jay does his final touches on his game. He's getting more twists.
It's very conniving.
Yeah.
Just the
very
one
scheming.
Just the one twist.
Just the one twist?
Yeah.
The twist.
I'll be the judge
the one
of that.
twist is that there are 2 twists. Okay,
twist.
gentlemen. Yeah, let's take a quick
break.
break.
No party like a deity party.
Welcome back to the AniProPod.
Jay got you. Jay got you this time. Yeah, that's right. Welcome back.
Welcome back to AniPro.
Jay, keep going. Keep going, Jay.
This week I have devised a game for my co-hosts here that we're gonna play. Tournaments are back. We're doing a tournament this
finally. Devious.
So we are going to so graciously decide which anime character will make the best Jason.
Okay. So which anime character we want to kill us?
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. So I've taken characters from each of our favorites lists. So
excellent.
It's very, very unbiased.
So now that this is becoming a trend of using our favorites list on AniList, I need to actually like revisit my favorites list. I think because I've never really put much thoughts into it before.
I'm pulling up mine right now.
I think I'm gonna have to remedy that because I couldn't tell you who's on there, to be honest with you.
Did you put voice actors as well?
No, I just put characters. That'd be so funny though.
That'd be pretty funny.
Hanazawa. She can kill me.
She can kill me anytime.
Yeah.
So like I said before the break, there's a bit of a twist, and you'll see what it is the moment I reveal the first two combatants. So look forward to that.
Okay.
But
I won't.
Without further ado, let's get started.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm excited to play. I'm excited to play a game like this where I don't have to like man the wheel.
I know. I don't think there's ever. Jay, have you ever manned the wheel before?
Nope. Never manned the wheel before. We're going to see how this goes. Hopefully
150 episodes.
Hopefully nothing explodes.
It'll be good.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
So our first combatant is Kumiko Omai from Sound Euphonium.
Okay.
Yep. Love her.
And our second pick is
CJ's learning. You gotta spin the wheel before.
Yeah, Bocchi from Bocchi the Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got Bocchi and Kumiko. So
we got Bocchi and Kumiko.
Who would be the better?
This is the Cole round for sure.
Killer.
Who would be the better killer? Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing. Kumiko, just like both of them, absolute bundles of sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really. Pizza time over here in my house. I got doorbells ringing. Listen, we'll get to it. Both wonderful. I love both of them. Kumiko is probably one of my favorite female characters in anime. Bocchi is also great. I would say Bocchi's probably the better killer because she has social anxiety, and as someone with social anxiety, I want to kill my co-hosts all the time. So
interesting.
Yeah, don't tell them though.
Okay, I won't. I only know Bocchi in this group here, and I think I have I go the opposite way. I think Kumiko might be the better killer.
Okay,
and purely from two perspectives here.
Okay, tell me.
Number one, she's a band girl.
Yeah,
notably, people who are into band. Kind of scary a little bit. Kind of weird.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little different.
Yeah.
Then, so I think she's got like that kind of freak in her that's going to like kill you. And like, she's got that ability to murder you. I think she's got that in her a bit more than, and I think Bocchi's just going to be kind of more scared of you more so.
Okay.
And the other thing that I think is probably also lending Kumiko some credence in my argument here is that Kumiko can blend into a crowd. The bright pink girl, you're probably going to see her coming, and she's probably not going to be too frightening from a distance.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
So my counter argument to that is she even going to be like out in the open, or is she going to be underneath a box?
Oh, that's scary. A box is scary.
Because like if she's underneath a box, that's a little unnerving. Now there's a box inching toward you.
So you wouldn't know. Yeah, I've played. I
played Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I mean, hey, you never know who's under that box. Whereas with Kumiko, I mean, that's just a cute anime girl.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So
who are you voting? Mike, did you spill water all over you?
I thought you saw that. It was pretty brutal.
No.
Yeah. I'm having like a wet t-shirt contest over here.
It's like that. It's like that scene from Airplane when I develop my
drinking problem. Yeah. No, legitimately, I put the thing up to my lips, and you know when you just like you tip it too much. So I refilled it during our break.
Yeah.
And the past few times I've been drinking it, I'd expected there to be less headroom, or more headroom. So
Right.
I tipped it the amount I'd been tipping it earlier, but now it was filled with water. So I just poured it all over my chest.
You had max
happens.
headroom. Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Jay,
Also, I'm trying to not hit the mic too. So yeah.
Jay was sorry. I was distracted by the wet spot on Mike's shirt.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's very important. I say we just vote.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we did, didn't we? So it's just, I think Jay is the decider now, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we got 1 and 1.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with Bochi then.
Okay.
Okay. He likes the idea of a box chasing him down.
There's no box. Slowly chasing.
Slowly inching towards you. Kumiko, too pure for this world.
Too pure for this world. So our next combatants, as I spin the wheel, our first pick is Onoya from Real Life.
Okay. That's a you pick, Jay.
Yep.
That is a me pick. Mm-hmm. And our next pick is Bochi once again.
She's very scary. She gets in this twice. We know all about her. She's the pink girl from Bochi the Rock. She plays guitar. She's going to be in a box, maybe? Question. We'll
Possibly.
find out.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Onoya?
Yeah, tell us about her.
So she's a very kind of mischievous girl. Like she likes like kind of teasing the main character in her series. But like beyond that, she's just like a bit of a cinnamon roll beyond a little bit of a mischievous side.
Okay, cinnamon roll is usually not what you go for in a serial killer.
But she's devious, though.
She is a little bit devious.
Okay.
She's got a
How do you see her
devious
killing
side
me?
to her.
How do you see Bochi killing you?
Strangling with a guitar string.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that would hurt. Imagine getting strangled by like like the thin E string goal.
Ooh. Ooh, ouch.
Ooh, yeah.
She also does hand out
cutting into you.
Weird pills that you have no idea what they do to you.
Yeah, she's gonna poison you. No, I'm voting for her. Yeah, Bochi, I think's out of this tournament now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know the other character at all, so I have no stakes in this one.
Yeah, she's a little bit more devious, I would say.
Yeah, you think?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence here, honestly.
Yeah, I think you're the only one who knows both. Or no, Cole knows both of them, right?
Cole knows both. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know, like that box. We're going back to the box, man.
Jay's apparently very scared of boxes, we're learning.
Boxes are scary, though, in Jay's defense.
Look,
Just
no,
a box
man,
with
if
eyes
you have like
shuffling
a
closer.
person underneath a box, like looking to kill you, like that's more mysterious than just a person coming after you.
Sure. Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Because what could be underneath the box? Anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could even be another box.
Could be another box.
You know how
could
much
be
you
a
own
boat.
one of those?
Yeah.
Jay, who are you voting for?
Keeps pushing her. He's like beating around the bush because he wants one of us to like.
I'll take on. I think Bochi's a bit of a.
See you later, Bocher.
Yeah.
See you later,
Bocher.
Too pure for this world, Bochi.
Too pure.
My characters are too pure.
Yeah.
Jay's
Well, another
characters, devious, scary.
Well,
you know what?
Evil.
We got another very pure girl for this world. We got Tohru Honda as our next.
Okay.
As our next pick.
Okay.
Going up.
From Fruits Basket.
Yeah,
okay.
From Fruits Basket. Very, very scary, as we all know. Going up against Akane Kurokawa from Oshinoko.
Okay.
Oh, this is an easy one for me.
I don't know, Tohru. Tohru's got the.
Tell me about how Tohru's gonna be scary then.
Because she's too happy. There's got to be a side to her.
Oh, like she's got that secret yandere side kind of that you don't find out about.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that that you could consider, and like I think Mike's a bit sold on Akane, so I'll sway him to Tohru a little bit. There's a person that turns into an animal around her all the time.
Always.
And
that's
okay.
That's like
that's serial behavior. Serial killer behavior is what I was trying to say.
Serial behavior. I agree 100%. That is true. She does be turning people into animals constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Counter to that, I think Akane has that darkness in her. That like
she got that dog in her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that dog, but she's got that darkness in her. I think she's got the ability. I can just picture her when she's like going full like acting star mode. I could see her just being like basically like how you'd imagine like a yandere to be. I could see her feeling that so good. And I could see her genuinely being like terrifying. Whereas I can't see Tohru truly being terrifying, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm going Akane.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like,
let's be real here.
Yeah, let's be real. Like, who's going to actually be scarier? I don't think Tohru's probably ever hurt anyone ever.
She is literally...
Did you just like literally pick all cinnamon rolls for this, Jay, by the way?
Yes, I did.
I had a feeling because I was like, so it's just going to be like a competition of all the cinnamon rolls. Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So
I see how it is.
Our next pick on the list, we got Misato.
Okay, not a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, not a cinnamon roll, but
she's my cinnamon roll.
Yeah. It was cinnamon roll, and then I had to scramble because Mike doesn't have that many cinnamon rolls on his list, so I went
not a huge cinnamon roll guy. Yeah. I like a real cinnamon roll.
So instead of a cinnamon roll, the other pick that we're going up against is Maomao. So Maomao versus Misato.
Oh, Maomao.
Easily Maomao.
Yeah. Misato, yes, she's skilled with a weapon, definitely. Maomao though is like obsessed with poisons and stuff.
She's got that yandere energy.
Yeah.
She would kill somebody just by accident. She'd be like, "Here, take this," and it's like, "What is it? I don't know. You'll be fine though," and I'm not fine.
Yeah. Or like you'd be like at Maomao's place, and she'd be like, "Oh, would you like a cup of tea?" And then you'd drink it, and then all of a sudden your fingers would be going numb, and you'd be like, "What's happening?" And she's like, "I'm about to experiment on you." You know, like you could, I could conceivably see that happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then like she's not affected by the poison, despite the fact that she spiked both drinks just in case.
Yep.
Yeah. It'd be like that scene in Princess Bride.
Yeah. Maomao's actually scary. And I do feel like our girl Misato kind of got a little bit shafted on this one. Because I feel like she would have beat a lot of these other candidates just by pure nature of being like an adult non-cinnamon roll. But
hey, take that back.
She's not a cinnamon roll.
She's a cinnamon roll to me. She always will be.
No.
Yeah.
Maomao,
goodbye 100%. To Misato then. I'm sorry, Cole.
Yes. Sorry,
so
Misato.
Bittersweet. So bittersweet.
I'm sorry, Cole. For the next round, we've got Hestia.
Bestia. Yeah.
It's true.
Clear top tier
best girl.
Killer.
Best girl.
And once again, Maomao.
Okay. This one's closer than the last one, actually.
Okay. I'm not that familiar with Hestia other than the fact that she is Bestia. Mike,
she's a god.
Can you pitch me on why she would be a killer?
She's quite literally a god, so she's quite powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she doesn't use her powers very often, honestly. I think she has enough. She's mostly like everyone in that show is pretty happy most of the time. But she's kind of has a bit of like an anger side to her, and she's quite powerful, and she's got people who follow her. I think that she would be scary to have to go up against in a serial killing situation, because I can't actually picture her doing something. I think she would it'd be like the type of situation where she would send people after you. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't think she wouldn't be the killer. She'd have goons that'd come after you.
She'd be the mastermind.
Yeah. It's not a Jason situation. It's more of a, I can't think of a comparable one right now, but you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like a mob boss putting out a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
So the other thing too is like in her world, killing happens, right? Like people kill each
like
other
all the time. Yeah.
Where like in Maomao's world, like,
well, that's just
I think
the
Maomao
real world.
I think Maomao would accidentally kill people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But Hestia, if she's got a temper to her and the means to kill,
that's a good point.
I feel like saying she has a temper to her is maybe a bit strong.
Okay,
but she definitely does not always. She's not as cinnamon roll as some of these other cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, she's got like a little bit of a hidden dark side. I don't want to stray too far from Maomao though, because like
I think Maomao's still scarier.
Maomao's still like on the surface scarier, I think.
Yeah.
I think Hestia would use that string and choke you with it. I think that's what she would do.
That's 100% what would happen. Yeah, and she can.
Yeah.
Whereas Maomao would covertly poison you.
Yeah. I'm going with Maomao. Yeah.
I think Maomao's still scarier. Like both on the surface and I think as a threat to my life.
Well, even just the way they animate her sometimes, she's an intimidating little,
quite freaky
little girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's the one to beat, boys. I think she's
she might be. She's a strong candidate in this race.
She might be. Well, you know what? We've got a very strong candidate coming up with Miku Nakano from Quince.
Oh,
okay.
You joke.
All right.
You jest.
All right. Yeah. I could. I'm getting my arguments ready right now for her.
She kind of has school shooter vibes a little bit.
Up against.
A little bit. Yeah.
You know what? She's going up against Chitanda Eru from Hyoka.
Oh,
don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm going Miku. Chitanda is or whatever her name is. She is a little too pure, I think. Where like pure? Miku, like sometimes she kind of backstabs her sisters a little bit, and next she's gonna be backstabbing you, Jay.
Mm-hmm. No, she's devious.
She is a master of disguise, though. Like that time she approached Futaro as Yotsuba.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, she could disguise herself as one of her other sisters.
One of her sisters, yeah.
I thought you were including only cinnamon rolls. Why is this monster included in here?
Yeah, this is
a monster.
She's actually a very scary character too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Gigi
hiding her eyes. That
what
long
is she
hair.
hiding? What is she hiding in those?
She's also.
On.
Here's the thing. Here's my
Can't hear her
biggest argument
on.
for Miku being scarier. She's a history buff. She knows how those swords work.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
She also she probably seems like the type of history like fan too that's like probably like into like medieval torture devices and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it. She's kind of scary.
Like just
both
like
because she's a girl
yandere.
and because like could be a yandere too.
Yeah, she would infect me with her cooties as well.
Yeah.
So 100%. I'm going Miku on this one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me too.
Miku, Mike?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye.
You're also going Miku?
Yeah. Goodbye, Eru. Next up, we're just flying through these.
Oh man, we're going. Yeah.
We're going. Yeah. Next up, Yui Hirasawa from K-On!
Okay.
Classic.
Yeah.
The classic
cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll just wants to kill you.
Yep.
Going up against. Oh no. Oh no. Going up against Aqua.
Oh boy. Okay, so you guys tell me about Yui and who she is, because I'm not a
Yui's
she comes up a lot, but I don't know K-On! At all. So
yeah, so Yui she's like the main K-On! Girl. She plays the guitar. She sings in the band. She is just a lovable idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just super ganky. She can't do anything. Like, she's kind of useless. Her sister does everything for her at home.
But maybe it's an act, and she's actually devious.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
just
devious.
to lower your guard. Your guard. You think she can't do anything? Next thing you know, guitar string around the neck.
Yeah. Let me just say though, Aqua would 100% kill you.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, probably like this. Like in character, would
like
have no problem killing you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she's killing you. She leads a cult.
Literally,
she leads a cult. Yes.
She also gets like hammered and it does not recall what she's done. So like there is, and she is literally a goddess. So there is a pretty good chance she might accidentally kill you, if not intentionally kill you. Good point.
Oh no, it would be intentional. She would like,
yeah,
and
then steal your money.
She's already kind of mean too. Like every time she encounters like who's the lich there, whenever she encounters like one of the undead, Wiz, she's just like actually like kind of mean to them, like kind of evil, like basically
Aqua's
tries to kill them.
not cool. Just be cool, Aqua.
Aqua's kind of mean. She's still best girl, but
untrue.
Yeah.
I think this one's pretty.
This one's an easy one. Aqua. Yeah. Who was the other one? Yui
Hirasawa.
More like hardly Nui.
More like P-U-E.
Oh, got him.
Stinky.
Stinky poopy. Yeah.
Now, hold on.
Okay.
I know you both voted for Aqua.
Okay. What do you? Tell me your
but
fantasy
I mean, here's the
about
thing.
Yui. Okay.
Yeah.
Guitar string around the neck is a little bit scary.
Horrible way to go.
Yeah. Horrifying. Yeah.
And
she's like
totally
you would never
like,
expect her to.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. She'd be like, oh, you want to hear me play my guitar? And you'd be like, yeah, sure. And you go to like the music room. And they're like waiting. She's like, oh, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And you're like looking out the window. All of a sudden, guitar string around the neck.
You know what? She would make a better serial killer, though. Like, if we go back to just the general question.
True.
Like, maybe not who is like more likely to kill you, but like who would make the more enticing slasher villain. And I think Yui would be, actually. I think Yui would be the more interesting.
Kind of in the vein of like a Scream or something, where like it's not necessarily the person you expect is the killer.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay. Just a crazy thought that I just had.
Okay, let's hear your crazy thought.
Imagine like a documentary comes out about like a serial killer, right? And like one's about Aqua. Yeah. And it's like, and then you see like that guy that comes up and it's like, oh, it's always the cult leaders that you got to be wary of. It's like, oh, that's boring.
Yeah.
And then like there's another documentary that comes out. And like you get the guy and it's like, it's always the cute girls with the guitar string you got to be wary of.
And you're like, what? It's never them.
That's so unusual. I need to know more.
Yeah.
That's scary.
I'm changing my vote. I'm
changing my vote too, actually, because I think once you brought up the spirit of what we're talking about here, that we are talking about who is the better serial killer. Like the horror movie slasher villain, the one that is going to kill you. I think it really is Yui in this scenario, because I think Aqua's just too blunt. She's too straight up.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking of the point of like I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
Right. And movie A is Aqua, the cultist. And movie B is mystery killer. And then at the end you find out it's the cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Genki girl.
Honestly, Cole, that's a good point.
With guitar strings.
Here's the thing. In line with like Konosuba, she'd kill someone in front of the police and immediately get arrested. Like that's just how
she's
Konosuba
not very
would
smart.
go.
She's not very smart.
Yeah.
She would,
Aqua, very entertaining
I keep wanting to give her the benefit of the doubt, because like the Axis cult, I could feel like you could get some scary stuff going on there a little bit. But I think she's also just like not bright enough that it wouldn't be scary, because she would just get caught right away.
Well, and nobody believes that she is the goddess of like the Axis cult goddess.
Right.
I think it's just like baloney. So are we changing our votes?
Yeah, I'll go Yui. I'll go Yui.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't think that would happen, but bye Aqua. I thought Aqua was gonna.
Girl.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm completely changing how I'm voting now. So
yeah, it
everything's
helps when we
changing.
completely change the entire game in round 5.
I think this is what Jay was going for.
That is what I was going for. Yeah.
I just remembered like, okay, this is what we're actually playing.
Yeah.
And hey, you like to keep people on their toes.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all made up and the points don't matter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Points never matter. Except for when they do.
Before, right?
But you know what? Our next champion of killing is going to be a little insane.
Okay.
Because we've got Mai Sakurajima from Bunny Girl Senpai.
Okay.
Going up against Onoya from Real Life once more.
Okay.
So
yeah. Okay.
So here's
Jay,
the thing. Here's the thing. Mai Sakurajima's a famous actress, right? I think like on in terms of like which one would be like the crazier one to come up on the news is like a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
I think like the famous actress would be a bit crazier than like the weird student who's also not a student but like actually an adult. Well, but also that in and of itself is a bit serial killer.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking of like the movie, right? So like the one with Mai Sakurajima is like this famous model / actress is trying to kill me. And she is beloved by everybody, and nobody is listening to me saying,
that's kind of scary.
Mai Sakurajima is trying to kill me. And everybody's like, shut up. No, she isn't. She's my favorite.
That's just your weird fantasy.
Yeah. Where the other one is just like, this person who's disguising themselves as a child going to school, which is creepy. Yeah. But like the other aspect of it seems to be more like, there's more of a story there, you know?
Well, I mean, there is like a story of like she's disguising herself as a student. Like, what's going on there? Why is she is she killing kids? Like, what?
Yeah. No. There is a story. I just mean the Mai Sakurajima one would be more engaging to me. Like, it feels like that's a whole narrative that you could play out where like,
okay,
I keep seeing like Mai Sakurajima behind me, and then everybody's like, shut up. No, you're not. She's a famous actor. And then like she's getting closer and closer, and she's like getting closer to killing him, and he keeps making the reports that she's trying to kill him, and nobody's paying any attention. And then at the end, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger versus the Predator, and they're fighting, and he's got booby traps everywhere.
Maybe
She's got an atomic bomb strapped to her wrist.
You know what? Mai Sakurajima gives off like vampire vibes a little bit.
Oh yeah, she could be a vampire too.
She could be like a vampire, like alluring people in, and then she kills them. I could see that too.
Yeah,
Mai Sakurajima, you have my vote, even though I don't know either of these characters.
There's a couple things you could do with her. Yeah.
She's more interesting. She's more interesting.
I like
for
Mai.
sure.
Yeah. And she's in a bunny girl outfit, which is fun too.
Oh, that's even scarier.
Yeah.
Bunnies, terrifying.
Yeah.
I've seen ReZero.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jay, who are
I've
you
seen Monty
for,
Python and the Holy Grail.
Well, you know what?
Look at the bones.
I think both characters have a good case behind them, because like I could definitely see both of them being like kind of terrifying.
Okay.
But for the fun of it, I'm gonna go with An, because like, man, I can't get over the fact that she's disguising as a high schooler, but like she's an adult.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, but I think we're going Mai Sakurajima.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what, boys? We've got 7 left.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And our next person up for being a serial killer, Hinata Kawamoto. I think that's from March Comes In Like a Lion.
March Comes In Like a Lion. Yeah, okay.
Very scary. Little
very scary.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? She is going up against Yui Hirasawa.
Okay. All right.
That's the girl from K-On! Again?
That's the girl from K-On!, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Yui, we've already discussed how she would make an interesting villain. Or an interesting
she's like
villain.
the unsuspecting villain where you're kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, she's killed.
Yeah.
She's almost like Doki Doki Literature Club a little bit, where like you don't see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but what about this for a scenario, a plot to a movie?
Okay.
Your job is to protect Hina from the serial killer, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Little do you know that she is the serial killer. So all through the movie, all through the story, you're like having these narrow misses with the serial killer. Like you keep finding like dead bodies here, dead bodies there. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my God, he's getting closer and closer and closer. And then at the end you find out she was the killer all along. The calls were coming from inside the house, guys.
Oh my God.
You would never expect it. She's just like a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And then the thing that like kind of leads a little credence to what you're saying too is like picture like the girls from The Shining and stuff like that. Like little girls kind of creepy. Little girls be
kind of creepy
right?
sometimes.
Like
the pigtails and the
you hear like you wake up in the middle of the night, you heard a noise. And you're like, oh, what's that? And then you just see her like standing at the end of the hallway in the darkness. And you're like, oh, what's her name again?
Hina.
Hina. What are you doing, Hina? She doesn't answer.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, what are you doing up? And then she slowly pulls a knife out from behind her back, and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going.
And then she's like, I was just making the late night snack.
Yeah, I was just cutting cucumbers.
You know, it was a bait and switch.
Yeah,
but, you know, the seeds have been planted in this story.
I feel like it could be one of the two. Like, Yui could also be in this scenario, but the thing that might set it over the top for me is, Cole, how competent is Hina? Very.
She's very competent. Yeah,
I would say so.
Okay.
Yui, incompetent, but that could be a red herring, right?
I feel like that's red herring territory. I'm still more scared of Yui, to be full disclosure, still more scared of that scenario.
Here's the thing, though. Like, Yui is basically an adult. She's like 17. She's 18 by the end of the series.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have that same, like, creepiness to it. Like, the scenario Mike described with her, like, standing in the hallway with a knife and then the bait and switch, like, I was just making a snack. You couldn't do that with Yui so much because she's, like, an adult. It's not as creepy, you know?
Yeah, but I can see. Yeah, I see the adult scenario being more like she's gonna be cleverer in ways that you don't expect because she's your guard is lowered because she's kind of a bit of a doofus, and then next thing you know, stringing you up.
I mean, it's got that scream
factor. That's scarier
like
to
you
me.
said.
That's scarier to me.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going Hina. I think the scenario I came up with in my head makes me more scared of Hina than Yui.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing that I'm thinking of.
Okay, tell me, what's the thing that you're thinking of?
There are people, like, there are fans of After School Tea Time. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm thinking that the scenario of, like, what you described with Mai earlier on could also apply with Yui, where it's like, oh, Yui's trying to kill me, and they're like, that the lead guitarist for After School Tea Time, I love her. What are you talking about?
She's dumb. She's super dumb.
Yeah.
I hear that. It's just it becomes less. I don't know. That does kind of work too, though. Because like to everybody else, she's an idiot, but like you see through it, and you're like, no, she's very.
You're trying to save people.
Yeah.
And like you know that feeling
scary.
of like everyone thinking that you're like the crazy one is like in and of itself mortifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at their pictures right now on my screen. Yeah. Yui's got this like look like, oh, I wouldn't do anything.
She's got like,
and Hina's just smiling, you know.
She's kind of got sneaky dead eyes a little bit.
She's kind of got
dead behind the eyes a little bit.
Crazy eyes.
Yeah.
She got her sister to fan her with money. What else is she?
That's true.
Do?
Yeah, she's a psychopath. Yeah.
sounds like we've agreed here.
Yeah. Okay, Yui. All right, fine.
We convinced him. We
got him. Ladies and gentlemen,
we got him.
No. All right.
You know what, boys? We are down to the wire here. We've only got a couple left, but our next pick up again is Mai Sakurajima.
Okay.
Going up against a juggernaut here tonight. Who we haven't seen yet.
From 86?
No. We got Chika Fujiwara in the house.
Oh. So Mai Sakurajima we've already said. Like she's going to be like the movie star that no one believes is this psycho.
Yeah.
But she has like weird like devious parties where she like strings up people's organs and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Hollywood
kind of American
elite.
Psycho.
Hollywood elite
thing.
too. Yeah.
Right.
She's like drinking baby blood and shit.
Yeah.
But same thing as Chika. She's also elite too. She's like a member of like.
Yeah, but she's just rich. You know?
At the same time, like I wouldn't put it past Chika to have like been a serial killer in canon.
She's like actually devious. Here's the thing that's also kind of creepy about her. She's also like a piano
prodigy.
What do you call it? Prodigy.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of creepy. That's kind of serial killer backstory stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Imagine like walking into a room and someone's just like playing Mozart perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Or like
that's creepy.
Or just playing the piano in general. Ugh.
And like piano in a dark room by imagine if you like walk in somewhere and you hear the organ going. You know? That's creepy behavior. That's like that's Beast from Beauty and the Beast type stuff. That's
the Phantom of the Opera.
Here's another like unhinged psychotic behavior. She puts a Band-Aid on her bow sometimes. Like, who does that? The Band-Aid doesn't get injured. Or the bow doesn't get injured.
Maybe it does, though.
Yeah, but...
The bow is representative of her feelings.
Yeah, the bow is part of her.
Yeah,
and you know what, Jay? You're talking me out of her, actually, because that's...
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's
adorable.
Yeah.
They're both adorable.
So here's the thing with Chika, though.
Not the same, though, Jay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The thing with Chika is she kind of has she brings a similar vibe as Aqua in this competition.
Okay.
Where she is very capable in many ways, but she's also kind of a ditz. And I think that's going to take away some of the scary aspect of her. Whereas when I think of Mai Sakurajima and her American Horror Story, like, oh, do you like Huey Lewis in the news? And then she smashes you open with a pickaxe. That's more scary to me.
Completely wrong impression of Mai Sakurajima.
Oh no, I get what Mike's going for.
Do you get what I'm going for?
Yeah.
Does that fit with her at all? Because I feel like I could picture that if she's kind of like the hot girl celebrity type thing going on. Right? And no one would expect that she's actually a psycho.
Like I think wasn't there a horror movie where Megan Fox was like the killer?
Megan's
wasn't that a
Body
horror movie
or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
maybe.
Like that's what I think of.
Okay.
Where who's the other one? Chika.
Yeah.
Chika would get killed, I think.
You think Chika's getting killed?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
She's not scary. Like she's not
I don't know, man. That dance is pretty terrifying.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Jay.
not.
No, it's not.
Jay is Junji Ito. He has no concept of what's actually scary. Jennifer's Body is the one you were trying to think of, Cole, by the way. The Megan Fox 2009 horror movie.
Yeah, horror classic.
Yeah, sitting at a solid 5.5 on IMDb.
Yeah, out of 5.
Yeah. I don't know. You're gonna have to.
That's not bad.
That's better than I thought. Actually, you're gonna have to give me a scenario where Chika is scary because I just can't. I can't picture it. She's too cute. She's too damn cute.
She's too cute. I like the idea of her being like the red herring, but like the story that I have concocted in my brain as is the genius story coming up her guy that I am can't be beaten. That story to me is just like it's so surreal. Like, why is this celebrity trying to kill me?
Wow. Why
won't anybody believe me? Am I crazy? Like Jay said with the Yui one. Where Chika, she's kind of unhinged sometimes, but like, I don't think that she would kill somebody, you know? She's had many opportunities. I have a hard time even
picturing her be like yandere. Which is, I think, probably the way that her scenario would probably go is like she's kind of like she'd be joking around, and all of a sudden she's like trying to kill you type thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely voting for Mai Sakurajima on this one. She gives me Patrick Bateman vibes.
Yeah. Chika, you're safe.
That surprises me. I thought we were gonna go with Chika here, and you know what? I'm going with Chika. She scares me.
Apparently, you were scared of her bow. You were scared of her dance.
Yeah. Jay's just scared of cuteness. That's all.
Look, man, she's got like psychotic behavior. You know, you never know what she's gonna do next.
Jay, it's called being bubbly. She's not psychotic.
Yeah, Jay. She's not trying to kill you. What are you talking about?
Jay's just scared of extroverts. Is all we're learning here.
Yeah, it's called being cool and awesome and
radical.
Cute.
What's that? I've never heard of that.
Radical
before.
Dude.
Yeah,
never heard of that before. But I have heard of these next two combatants.
Okay.
Because we got two returning champions in Miku Nakano.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Akane Kurokawa from Oshinoko.
Right.
Very similar vibes of these two. Two of Jay's girls, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I've already pitched Miku because she's kind of got like that, like she's got that vibe to her that's a little scary. Like you're a little cautious about her. You're maybe being a little extra nice to her because you're like, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I could see the story of Miku being like she's bullied in school, and she's kind of a sympathetic figure in this movie.
Yeah,
always like compared to her sisters.
Yeah, and then she goes and she just starts spinning around with knives. That's her move.
Yeah,
she's got knives out.
She gets revenge. She gets revenge. Yeah,
I could also like see like the story of like she disguises as her sisters to like lead people off the trail.
Yeah.
So like all the other sisters are suspected.
Oh, and that's the hook is which one's the killer.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
She disguises herself as all of her superior sisters. And then
all the better sisters.
Tries to like frame them. Ooh, I like that, Jay. I like that.
There aren't any better sisters.
That's good. That's a good story.
There's only
that's
a
good story. I like that you said that she disguises herself as her better sisters. Yeah,
I agree.
Good.
Yeah,
she doesn't have any better sisters.
That's a good take.
Yeah.
As far as Akane, I think that she kind of falls in the same vibe as Bunny Girl there, where she's kind of like the celebrity, but I think she's got like that kind of psycho tendency to her. I think she'd be more seeking of victims, maybe. Like Cole pitched a scenario where Bunny Girl there was kind of like hunting him down. I think Akane would be more like opportunistic. I think. Okay. I see her more as like a you're alone working on like, okay, let's work on our lines together, and then you're like, okay, yeah, we're working on our lines, and then she like kind of like tries to like lean in for a kiss, and then you're like, oh, we're going there, and then all of a sudden, knife in the jugular, you're done. You know?
Knife in the butt, right?
Or syringe in the neck, and then she's like. You wake up on like a gurney strapped to it, and she's like operating on you or something. And she's got like she got the stars in her eyes going crazy. I don't know. Black and blue hair, kind of scary.
Creepy. Yeah. But like she's got children, like she's got that kind of like motherly side to her. And she can't take Mai Sakurajima's role.
She doesn't have children.
You're thinking of I.
You're thinking of
I.
I.
Yeah, I'm thinking of I. Who am I thinking of? Who's this?
Akane's
Akane is the what's his name's girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Aqua's girlfriend.
Yeah, no, she's crazy. Yeah.
That's what I mean. She's kind of already
I could see her
crazy.
kill somebody, like straight up.
And she like actually kind of sort of offers to a little bit in season 2 a little bit.
She does kind of like offer to help kill someone.
Yeah. So she's definitely crazy. She's definitely got that scariness to her a little bit.
Is that more exciting than who is she up against?
I forget who she's up against too.
Miku. Yeah, she's more exciting than Miku.
Yeah,
Miku's the worst of the Quints.
No, she's not. You're just delusional.
Yeah, well, losers say what?
You just did.
No, I didn't. We won.
Roll back the tape.
The task.
We won, gentlemen.
Hand.
Yeah, I'm going Akane.
I'm probably gonna go. No, you know what? Something about like the bullied girl gets her revenge by like savagely murdering her bullies. Like maybe she goes missing and then starts like picking them off one by one. Everyone she's seen who's slighted her. That's scarier to me. I'm going Miku.
Disguising herself as her sisters who also bully her because they're all better than her.
You can't trust any of them anymore. The whole family. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. It's like the Cinderella horror story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What if Cinderella like killed her stepsisters? Why didn't she?
She should have.
That sounds like that. Honestly, like Cinderella killing her stepsisters and stepmother sounds like something that would be like that was in the truth. That was in the original fairy tale, but then Disney got rid of it.
I mean, in the original, I think the stepsisters do die, but
yeah,
probably.
Anyway,
yeah.
I think one thing gets like their eyes plucked out by a raven or something. Anyway, yeah. Grimm's fairy tales are brutal.
Yeah.
Jay, who are you picking?
Vote.
I'm going Miku. I mean,
yeah.
Like, come on, I can't not.
Yeah. She would. Out of all of the sisters, she's the one who would most likely kill because she is the worst one.
We only have 4 left, gentlemen.
Good. Let's get out. Let's get on. Let's go to bed.
It's bedtime.
Okay, Grandpa, back to bed.
Right.
So next we got Yui Hirasawa.
Okay.
From K-On! Going up against I mean, she's back. It's Maomao.
Oh, it's Maomao.
Okay.
See, Maomao's like that charismatic killer. She's like Hannibal Lecter.
She's like
or something, right?
She's like Johann Liebert from Monster.
I haven't seen Monster, but sure. Is he charismatic? Do people like him?
Very.
Okay. Yeah. Yui. See, I feel like Yui is the same as Mai Sakurajima, but like on a very micro scale. Like she's kind of like almost a celebrity in her school, and nobody would expect her to do something. Maomao, it's almost interesting because you expect her to be like that, and the draw in that story would be how she does what she does.
Yeah, because she's like almost villainous already.
Yeah, the stuff that she comes up with.
They
made a whole show about Hannibal Lecter, and they made a whole show about this.
She's kind of like a Hannibal, where she's so charismatic, like you said, that like she's almost the protagonist, but she's like also you're like kind of, you're not rooting for her, but you kind of are, because she's like kind of like so interesting. You're like, oh, how's she gonna kill the next person? Like almost Dexter. Like a Dexter. Yeah. You're onto something. You're a smart guy. High five. Nice. Jay, what do you think?
Well, here's the thing. You do have a point, but like
we know.
I'm still sold. Okay. I'm still like sold on the fact of like, you're going around the school, or like you're going around being like, oh, Yui's trying to kill me. And they're like, what are you talking about? Yui is like adorable and also my favorite musician. Like, don't.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, she is also scary. My favorite musician.
Well, like no, like they're making like there's no way she'd be.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
No, I like that idea, but it's like once she comes up against Mai Sakurajima, I just feel like that story loses its wind, right?
But she's not going up against Mai Sakurajima right now.
I know, she's going up against Maomao.
Yeah.
And Maomao is, did you know that Maomao has green hair and they're in little braids and she's super cute?
I think the thing,
honestly, that's kind of leading me against voting for her.
Did you know that Yui has like a cute little bob cut and she's also super cute?
Yeah, but like she made
and
her
then when she cuts her bangs too short.
Like,
what is the made her sister fan her with money? Why is that a factor in this? That's something that a normal person does.
You make your family members fan you with money?
Yes, absolutely.
Your younger sister, yes, you would.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. If I had money, I'd get Cody Bot to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd get my daughter to fan me with money. No way. No problem. If I had money.
Maybe you guys are the serial killers.
Shh. Yeah,
Vote.
Don't tell anyone. This one is tough, but I kind of like the idea of having like the charismatic killer in this tournament too. And Maomao is that.
To me, I think the Yui plot to me feels like B movie territory. This is not it's been done before. We get it. Maomao is at least to me interesting, and you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Even though you know she's like the killer. I like that a lot. I'm definitely going Maomao on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay, where are you leaning? Are we convincing you at all?
Because we have two of like kind of the same story where like Mai and Yui are like very similar. And because we're so late in the game. Yeah, I'll go with Maomao.
Yeah.
He sees the truth. He sees the reason.
All right. Maomao it is.
Bye-bye, Yui.
Does this bring us to our final matchup, I think?
We have 3 more.
Yeah. So we have 2 more matchups.
Penultimate.
So this is our semi-penultimate.
Yeah.
With Miku Nakano going up against... No. Can you believe that this is the first time we got the same role twice?
That's unusual for these actually.
Usually that happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot. That's why you kind of need to like have the roles going. When I man the wheel, I always try to like have the roles done before we even get there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But you know what? She's going up against Maomao.
Miku versus Maomao.
Miku versus Battle of the people who start with M. Interesting.
Well, we've only got M's left. We've got Miku, we've got Maomao, and we've got Mai.
Oh. People whose names start with M are truly horrifying. Miku or Maomao?
Miku or Maomao? I kind of like the idea of like Miku getting her revenge on everybody, and like part of that revenge is like disguising herself as her sisters because her sisters are also mean to her.
That sounds like a cool movie. That sounds like
like a cool movie. And then at the end, like she gets away with it all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she like pins it on one of her sisters or something.
Yeah. She pins it on
Nino.
Yeah, because everybody would be like,
I wouldn't believe if Nino killed people.
Yeah, and she's like, I didn't kill anyone, and she's like, just freaking out.
And like, and you'd even think it was Nino to like the very end, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And then she takes off her mask, and it's just her face under it again.
And she's like driving her Camaro into the sunset or something, and then she's actually revealed to be it was Miku the whole time.
Yeah, and then she does her famous line that Miku does. She says, "It's me, Miku, all along."
It's killing time.
The classic.
The classic Miku catchphrase. Yeah. It's me, the worst sister. It's been me all along.
You couldn't tell because I didn't have my headphones on.
You couldn't tell because I had a mask on and it looked like one of my sisters.
Why would she need a mask?
Yeah, why would she need a mask?
I don't know.
The most superfluous mask ever.
If I took off my mask and it was just my face under it,
it would make her less believable because you'd notice it was a mask. You'd be like, it kind of looks like they're wearing a mask.
Shh, I'm going to take your face off. That's what I'm going to do.
Get out of here, John.
But we've also got like the charismatic killer.
We do have the charismatic killer.
This is for me probably. We have a good trio of finalists here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do like Maomao as Hannibal Lecter. I do like that a lot. That's
very
good.
But I'm getting a lot of entertainment out of the Miku thing.
It's true to me. Honestly, I kind of agree with you. Like the more when I pit these two horror movies up against each other, I can't help but I would probably pick the Miku one, to be honest with you, because it sounds more interesting. It sounds more scary. Whereas like Silence of the Lambs isn't really a scary movie.
No, it's like a thriller.
It's a thriller, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas I think Miku's story that we've crafted here, and Miku's just scarier to me in general because she's.
But here's the thing, though: like a good slasher movie has a bit of camp to it.
Yeah,
and like you could either play it off like you don't know it's Miku, or you play it like you do know it's Miku the whole time, and the whole thing of it is like her machinations in figuring out how she's going to frame somebody else, which she's
got layers to her, like an onion.
Yeah. I'm going Miku. Like right now at this moment, she's the one to beat. Like that seems super fun.
Jay, how do you feel about Miku?
I mean, I love Miku. Miku's adorable. So I mean, to me, not scary. But to be able to say Miku won a tournament, that's hype.
Hop on the hype train, brother.
Yeah. Mike, who are you going with?
I'm going Miku for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well, Jay,
I really like the Maomao story, but I think the stem of this tournament was which one makes the better like horror movie killer, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the one that makes a scarier killer is probably Miku. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It's always the quiet ones. Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who's our ultimate matchup here, Jay?
Our ultimate matchup as Maomao is removed from the arena and destroyed by lasers.
And thrown into the laser beams.
Oh, the lasers bring a comeback here.
They're back. Oh, they're back.
Is Mai Sakurajima versus Miku Nakano.
See, I like the Mai Sakurajima thing. The Mai Sakurajima thing is kind of turned into like an It Follows thing to me, where she's just like always in the distance, and she's just not running towards you, but kind of just like walking towards you. And no matter what you do, she keeps coming like a Terminator.
Yeah, that's the scary thing in the Terminator is like when
you can't stop her.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I like that. But I don't think that's how I see this one playing out. To me, it's more of I see her more in the American Psycho vibe to me, where she's like this, like everyone respects her, thinks she's super cool. And then like when you go to hang out with her, she like pickaxes you to the brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It was just so goofy and fun talking about Miku. And like, I know, like, you know, you want to watch a scary movie, but like watching a scary movie, you're watching it to have fun too.
Yeah,
right?
you're not watching it for the deep psychological.
Unless you're watching like Hereditary or something like that.
Yeah.
You're not watching that for fun.
No.
But like, I don't know, like I watch Alien because like the kills are fun in Alien, or like the Halloween movies, or Freddy versus Jason, or Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, they're goofy. They have camp to them, and the Miku one is a lot of fun.
Campy a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think again, it comes back to the impetus of what Jay's prompt was. It's which one's the best like slasher villain, basically. Which one's the best Jason? Yeah. And when I compare these two, it's definitely Miku. She's way scarier because like her story, the idea we have of her is she's this like she's the popular one, and she's sure you could make a horror movie out of that, but it's maybe you're not scared. You know what I mean? It's not as campy. It's not as scary. Whereas I can see Miku wearing like a ski mask and like at the end it's revealed to be Miku or a mask of her own face. Or like, you know, like she's got like that kind of like mystery, like, and she's kind of like the I want to say a loser, but that's not the right word for it. But like she's got that vibe to her a little bit. That's like she's gonna be like the quiet one who's like
she's the imposter in Among Us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like she's a little suspicious, but you wouldn't really suspect it at the same time. I think she'd make for a good horror movie. Protag.
And then like she'd walk up to you with a bow in her hair and be like, "I'm Yotsuba."
Yeah, or with a bow in her hair with a Band-Aid on it, and she'd be like, "I'm Chika Fujiwara."
Yeah, exactly. That's all she needs to do, man. Is like, because like, have you ever seen identical twins? It's hard to differentiate.
Yeah.
Never mind 5 of them.
They're identical.
Yeah. I think they're color coded in that anime.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the green one. I'm going Yotsuba. I'm going Miku.
Just throw Yotsuba in it.
By the way, Cole, I got rid of Cole.
I'm gonna we're gonna have a conversation after this, Jay. Don't worry.
Okay. I had to get rid of Yotsuba. She almost made it, and then you're like, put Misato in here, and I was like,
all right.
Let me axed her. Nice.
Let me read you the cinnamon rolls that Jay didn't include from my favorites list.
Okay.
Shinji Ikari.
Yeah, but he's not a girl.
Asuka Langley Soryu.
Why did they have to be girls again?
She's a tsundere because it was the Junji Ito meme where like he's looking at a cute girl and going like, "Oh, that's scary."
I see.
Yeah. Minori Kushieda. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I didn't know anything about her, so like I didn't want it to like turn out that
we reviewed
she had
the show.
like
you know just as much about her as I do. Shinobu Oshino. Terrible.
Yeah, but she's a vampire.
Akane Tsunemori. Yeah. Well, Power.
Yeah. Jay left Totoro
Power's
off my
literally
list, by the way.
Holo, absolute cinnamon roll.
Totoro almost made the list, by the way, but I had to.
It's literally a cat. The meme you're talking about is Junji Ito looking at a cat and saying, "This is scary."
Yeah. I almost.
And one more. There's one more, Jay, that I can't help but notice you didn't include. Kikari Hiyori, the drunk bass player from Bocchi the Rock.
Cole, you put that on like last minute after I said, "Why is Misato not on your thing?"
I did put that last minute because when I went to look up characters, it's her birthday today. Happy birthday.
Oh, yay.
So I forgot. Yeah, she is one of my favorite characters. I really like her. Yeah. But yeah, Miku. Yeah, Miku is the winner.
For sure.
Okay.
Miku for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. And just to make you feel better, Mike, maybe we'll do another one with boys.
I'm all for boys and girls, gender equality. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. I'm all for boys.
I'm all
Get
for
those
boys.
Girls out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much cooties.
Too many cooties. Also, Nikaido would have been really scary in this as well, but she's not a cinnamon roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You guys don't know who she is at all, so.
Yeah. Who?
The girl from Doro.
Oh. Hey, what about what's her name from Kill la Kill?
A little too on the nose. She's a little too scary already.
Not a serial killer though.
Yeah, not a serial killer. She just kills you.
She kills for a purpose.
Yeah.
She's killing for a purpose. So just to clarify, Jay, Miku Nakano won. And she's driving off into the sunset in her white Camaro.
She got away with it.
And she got away with it.
She's in the passenger seat. She's got the green bow. She's got those star clips
cut out of Futuro.
She's got those star clips. She's got whatever Ichika has, and then she's got those butterfly clips. Yeah.
Yep.
And she's cackling.
Like
that's
the
her.
Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Wicked Witch of the West, bro.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening to another episode of AniPro. If you liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend about us. If you really like us, why don't you consider supporting us on Patreon like these lovely people? Mr. Family Guy 36, Elijah Wood, Brain Dead B-Dog, Nina Tucker as Best Waifu, Peach, Frama, Kratos, Just Juz, Mog, Free Ren's Feet, Antonio Bustos, Uncle of Light. By supporting us on Patreon, you get access to all sorts of perks, and it really helps out the show. We're also on social media at AniProPod, and please join our Discord community to keep up with us and other listeners. Links to everything's in the description or at our website, AniProPod.com. Jay, you did a lot of work on this episode, so I'm going to actually ask you to close it out. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And you know what, as we say at the end of every episode of AniPro, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Swift one today.
Oh, yeah. No beating around the bush this time.
Do we need to?
I want to beat around your bush.
Oh. God.
Yeah,
please.
That's right.
Please do. I'd be delighted.
Bye-bye.
This is all staying in.
We know.